Okay. Let's say we hit 4 shots up towards the green. We all walk up there. What's the first thing I do when I walk up towards some golf ball? What's the first thing I do?
Which one is
Correct.
yours?
Identify my, thank you. Oh, last clinic, 2 clinics struck out twice. Okay. You identify your own golf ball. First thing you do as a golfer. Okay. All of you should do that. In fact, you should all mark your balls. But let's say, now identify my ball. I find that it's not in a bunker, and I'm not going to putt it. Let's assume I'm not going to putt it. Now remember one thing. If in the game of golf you ever come up to a golf ball that's near the fringe, and you're thinking about putting the ball, you're thinking about it, and you're saying, well, I don't know if I should putt it. No, always putt it. Always, always, always putt the ball if you think you can. I'm going to tell you why. I'll give you the exact example why. See this lie I have here? Oh, let's move it back here. Let's move it right, that lie right here. There's the lie. And I'm going to hit it to that hole, the second flag with a tall flag up there. And I have every one of you grab a putter and hit it 100 times. And after the 100 shots, you measure and divide by 100. And you get a distance, 7.3 feet, 9.6 feet. If you hit a chip shot from here on that lie and divide it by 100, there's not a chance any of you will be inside the number you would be putting. Now, you might say, well, yeah, but Stu, I might chip it in 3 times. Well, you might chip it in 5 times. And I never might make 1 putt. I didn't say that. If you're going to play golf for score at the end of your life and end of your day, you're going to be a better golfer at the end of the day putting it than you are chipping it. Now, if you're at the halftime of a basketball game that pays you 50 grand to make a shot from half court, I don't care if you use a driver from here. You can use any club you want. You might use a 7-iron every time. That's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the game of golf based on percentages. Okay? So that's the difference. Now, let's assume that we're not going to putt it because we're not getting there yet. And we're not obviously in pass to go on this one. Okay? So now we have 2 choices when we miss a green. 2 choices, and only 2. There's vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream. There is no strawberry or peach or anything else. You're either going to use a chip and run style shot or you're going to use a loft shot. Okay? I have a club here. Okay? This golf club, I'm not coming from a very good area here, so this might not work great, but I'll try. Okay? This club there, that's a loft shot. Okay? This same club, that's a chip and run. Same golf club. 2 different styles. Okay? The style you always want to try to go for at the beginning, always, is a chip and run style. That's the first objective in your brain. Now, what determines if you use that? Well, very simply, let's start from the beginning. The beginning is, do you have to loft the shot? Well, there's times you do. Why would you have to loft the golf shot? Give me any examples why you'd have to hit it high.
Gotta get over a trap.
Hit it over a trap. That's number 1. What else?
Downhill.
Down, slope green.
Slope, pin cut close to your body, close to you, elevated green. There's many times you have to hit a shot high. If you hit it low, you have no chance going off the green. So you know there's times you're going to have to do that. But those are the only times you're going to use a loft shot. Loft shot. I didn't say loft club. I said loft shot. Okay? Because there's 2 styles. That's it. 2 styles. Now, in the chip and run style in the game of golf, the clubs you may use in the game of golf is 7-iron, 8-iron, 9-iron wedge, gap wedge, sand wedge, or lob wedge. You can use all of them, and I've used every one of them in a chip and run style. Every one. Why do I use different ones? Does anyone know? Distance difference from the hole. How much wind is there? How fast are the greens? Is there a slope there? There's all kinds of reasons, okay? For example, okay, if I had a shot, let's say my golf ball was right now, right here, right there. Assume I'm in a short grass, I have a normal lie. Normal lie, short grass, okay? Because when it gets to high rough, it becomes a different issue, which I will cover a little bit in the loft shot, okay? If I'm right here, I'm going to give you the club selections I would use on this shot, okay? Based on the exact scenario. The wind condition, the roll of the green, the hardness of the green, okay? From here to here, that's my lob wedge. From here to here. From over there, that's my sand wedge. From here to there, that's an 8-iron. From here to here, probably a gap wedge or pitching wedge. You know why?
Because you got to use the same swing.
Exactly. Oh, great answer. It's going to be exactly the same swing. It's still the same style. We all know it's chip and run. It's the same swing. Because the distance, the lowness of the shot is going to skid and roll more with an 8-iron as it is a sand wedge. But it's going to be somewhat the same swing. The problem is a lot of golfers in life say, oh, Stu, I always use my pitching wedge. That means you got to change your swing all the time. This way you're using the same shot. And all you're doing is very simple. You're looking at the shot, and the first rule of thumb you have to ask in a chip and run style shot in a game of golf is, can I land the ball on the green? If the answer is no, you have the wrong style shot. Okay? If I'm right here, hitting that pin, that is not a chip and run style shot. No way. I can't do it. Because I'd have to land the ball right here. Never, ever land the ball off the green in a chip and run style shot, ever. Now, there's times you gotta land it off the green in a regular golf shot. A high shot, yeah, you have to. If you're playing a pin like that over there, and your ball was 50 yards on that side coming through there, you'd have to land it short of the green. You don't have a choice. But it wouldn't be a chip and run. But when it's a chip and run style shot, always must land it on the green. That's the rule of thumb. Just briefly, I always say to people, when you're around the greens, from the edge of your front of your ball to right here is the Grand Canyon. And you can't land it there. So just remember that. So that's how you determine what club to use. Different very simple. I can't hit a shot here. If I take, okay, here we go. Take an 8-iron. Let's take an 8-iron from here to there. Okay, no problem. Big deal. How'd I make out? It's off the green. Remember the rule of thumb, you have to land on. And I don't want to land here because it could go like this and stop right there. That's why I had so many amateurs I played with in my lifetime land it way short of the green on upslope and it never gets to the green. Then they get it on the fringe and 3-putt and make double bogey from 20 yards. Can't do that. You got to use your percentage golf shot. Happens all the time. Okay? So again, that's what you do. So now all you do is look and say, okay, after you determine what to use, you pick an imaginary 3-foot circle, which I do here. Circle's about here, here to there. From there to here is about right here. Pitching it. From there over there is about right here. From there over there is about right in here. And the club selections I told you, you try to land it in that circle. That's your goal. It's your goal. Then you let it trickle all the way to the thing. So again, if I take this shot, okay, from here, and I want to land it. Now the only thing here is somebody obviously took a small divot out of here. That's about exactly my way, which I don't like. So let's see if I can move it away from there. Okay, let's move it here. Okay, so I take it from here. I landed about 2.5 feet on the green with an L wedge. Okay, I hit a rock, but you can see. That's why I landed near the spot, it kicked left and hit a rock, so but it's okay. But that's the shot I hit. I can't use an 8-iron. It's too far. Okay? But on this shot, over from there to there, I could use an 8-iron. Now I'm going to hit an 8-iron style shot. I'm going to use this club, but watch this. I'll de-loft it. But I'll hit it like an 8-iron. Okay? But all I did was de-loft it to an 8-iron style. I don't want you guys doing that. I just did that for the sake of, I didn't have an 8-iron in front of me. I went over there. But the point being is, you can see it. Now, I pick my circle. Now comes the unique technique part of it, okay? Anytime you play the game of golf, if you want the ball to go low, do we want chip and runs to be low or high? Pardon me?
Low.
Low, all the time. We don't want any chip and runs to be high. They're all low. They're on the ground. We want the ball rolling. We want it almost like all we're doing is eliminating, we're making it look like a putt, but getting over the edge of the fringe of rough. That's all we're doing, okay? So we want the ball to roll as much as we can in the game of golf, okay? So, now, when we do that, if you want to play the ball low in golf, where do you play the ball? In the front part of your stance or the back part? Back part. Always remember, you want to hit it low in golf, play it in the back part of your stance. You want to hit it high, play it forward. That's all you remember. Great remember. I have people I've taught 5 lessons, they come back and say, Stu, what did you say about hitting it high or low? Just remember, back in your stance, you're creating angles going down. So again, I play the ball back on my stance, and here's the rule of thumb. I use a little open stance. You may, you don't have to. That's an individual preference, I don't care. I play it off the back part of my stance, and my hands forward to my left leg. For right-handed golfers, okay? So I go like this, and I swing through. Now, here's the secret. Again, pretend there's a coin that's sitting 1 inch in front of your golf ball. A little bit on the inside, so we tow it. And every time you hit that chip shot, that coin should move. Every single time. If it doesn't, then you're lifting the ball. Did anyone ever see a chip shot that looked like this? And you stubbed it? Did that ever happen?
Yeah.
All the time, right? Everyone, I've done it, we've all done it, okay? All that means is your brain was thinking about swinging under the ball. That's not this objective. The objective in a chip and run style shot is that you want, if this is your golf ball, you want this club to come down at an angle enough to catch the ball, then the grass, and the ball comes up in the air, very small amount. You are not thinking of lifting. If you think of lifting, you're done. You're done. And that's where people struggle. The two biggest disappointing shots to me in the game of golf, the widespread part of human beings, is here and chip and run. My two biggest disappointments. The spread in results is incredible. I've had people that can't walk down that thing without hitting a tree and can chip perfect. And I have other people that shoot 87 in golf and they hit chips that look like this. They double hit it. I mean, like 3 times out of 8. It's amazing. What's amazing to me is how widespread people are. But people, the reason why is people look down at a golf ball, and if you think of getting under it and lifting it, you're done in chip and run. You're done. You want to think of hitting, again, it's like taking this ball here and shooting a gun into the ball from here. The bullet hits right here, and where's the bullet? When it goes through the ball, where's it hit? Right there. That's where it hits. As soon as you take this, look, watch these 2 shots. Here's one going down. That's going down. I hit the ball first. Now here's the golfer that says, I better lift this. There it is. I tried to lift it. Can't do that. You cannot do that. That's going to be 10 minutes from now when we do the loft shot. Okay? Okay? So again, it's very, very valuable. In fact, you're better off, I tell people all the time, you're better off in the chip and run to flat out cold top the ball. If you, let's just say you swung this club. Now, I've never had a person do this yet. That went too far past the ball and swung here. They swung right there with their swing. This is what the shot would do. Now watch, wait till it's done. Wow, thanks. But the point being is, if you hit the ball first, it doesn't matter. You're hitting chip and run anyway. You want the ball doing this. Your objective is not to get under it. This is no value of under. This is value of covering the ball, hitting the ball, trapping the ball. Okay, I can't stress enough how valuable it is. But it's so frustrating to watch people go like this. Look at my hands in slow motion. This is a chip and run in slow motion, okay? Watch. Slow motion, this is very valuable to you. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Not this. No. You can't let this club catch up to your hands. You're done. When this goes here, that's a stub. You see what I'm saying? You have to make sure the back of your left hand is past the golf ball at impact. That's how you trap it and cover it. Does that make sense to you? That's so valuable, I can't...